Hi there, Marge here from A Rose Grows in Harlem. We have a frost tonight. Happy Halloween! It is October 31st, 2023, and there is a frost warning. I knew about this last week, and I have been prepping, making lists, and things that I had to do. And the biggest thing I had to do was clean out this greenhouse because there was no way I was going to get anything in there with all the spider webs and stuff that was in there. But I made a list of all the plants that were supposed to go in there that weren't going to survive from 40 degrees and below. And let me show you what I've put together. Okay. Here is my greenhouse and what I've put together. These are my wasabi coleus. I have my bay leaves, my purple plants, which are mostly lantanas, but some other ones mixed in there. My mandavillas, the climbing vine, some white hibiscus. Those are cone flowers, and those will go into the backyard, but I will have a separate video on that. I'll explain that a little later. I have my lemon lime cocktail tree. I have more cone flowers. These are my zinnias. I don't remember the name. I want to say Truvia, but that has nothing to do with plants. But the beautiful bell purple flowers, some more zinnias. This is what is this called? Oh, this is a geranium. It's a geranium, a beautiful red geranium. Some more of the purple. This one exploded. This is a lantana that just absolutely exploded. It's got beautiful purple flowers, and it's wonderful to have in the garden. This over here is some mandevilla plants, young ones, and some citronella. Anything that had dried out, I made sure to water, and water before it gets too cold, and hopefully it'll be okay overnight. I'm gonna close that door and this whole section, and I will back up and show you. I have it parted right now because I was going to do the special thing that I'm going to use to coordinate my slope planting. I don't want to give anything away right now, but I have some string to do some leveling. See that string? So right now it's connected to there. So I'm going to close that, and I'm going to leave just a small bit open at the bottom so that there's some airflow. And I have this cool new sensor that I got from Smart Sensor Push HT.w sensor. I got this one because it's made in America. They have it's about $70. This is not a sponsorship. This is something that I purchased, and I wanted a way to be able to tell the humidity and the temperature while the freeze was going on, to see if I could actually keep it warm in here. Now, what I had over here is a rope light. It's incandescent bulbs, and it's like a warm white light. And I have those wrapped around these litter boxes, or these litter containers, and those litter containers are filled with water right now. It's just a regular plug-in, as you can see here. I was going to connect it, and I actually was testing earlier today. I had a battery pack that is supposed to be able to power a laptop, but at 22%, I plugged this in, and within 10 minutes or so, it was dead. So probably not going to work with that particular battery. So what I will do is I will run this cord with an extension over here, and I'll plug it in inside. So at least this way we've got some kind of heat going. I don't need it to be 80 degrees in here. I just want to keep it above freezing. And we are going to dip below 32. So these plants should keep each other warm in general. The ground is also very warm. Because I'm in 7B, we don't have freezing ground problems here, at least none that I've experienced. What we have is red clay. I don't know if I've ever shown this as its own separate information, but you see this here? That is red clay, and when it gets wet, it turns into a brick. All the weeds grow into it because it's very mineral dense, but it's not great for planting the plants that you want. So a lot of amendments, a lot of water, and lots of things to give it a loamy texture, some perlite, some, what's the other one called? Vermiculite, and coconut coir. And yeah, my plants right now are here. They're probably upset. Some of them have gotten snapped in places, and I've apologized profusely to them, but they're going to be a lot safer in here. So I will give an update tomorrow, or maybe when it's not so cold. I'll probably give an update in between just to see how they're behaving in the cold and afterwards. Let's hope they stay warm. I wanted to give some information before the sun goes completely down about this Sensor Push HT sensor. Now, this is not a promotion. I did not get this as a gift. I woke up this morning and said to myself, oh man, I really have to get a way to track this temperature as it starts to drop tonight. So I went on Amazon and I bought this thing. Now, there were a lot of options out there. They had some cool devices that let you have a little display that you could put up in your house, and as long as you were within 325 feet or so, it allowed you to track the humidity and track the temperature. That would have been okay, but I was like, let me see what else is out there. I might eventually want to upgrade to do some Wi-Fi in case I'm away, and I wanted to, just check in on my plants and worry from a distance. But I found this Sensor Push. It's a small business. They're in the US. They have 3 different devices. One that's about $50, one that's at about $60, and one that, $60, 70, and then one that's at about 90. And I figured that was okay. Let me look to see what the differences were. Most of the differences were battery life, and it's like 2 years, so it's a long time. Some of it was where it was made. The lowest version was made in China. The 2 above that were made in the US, and I wanted a chance to support a small business here in the US. So I bought this. It was awesome because it was delivered between 3 and 5 or something like that. I think I got it at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, which was perfect. I was like, yes, good, I got it and I can test it. So upstairs I have a little Honeywell device. I don't know what they call it. I guess it's like maybe a weather station, because it allows you to check the humidity and the temperature, but just indoors, so it's not really a weather station. But anyway, I ended up putting this little device just next to it, and I left it for about maybe an hour or 2 just to see what the differences were. And the temperature was pretty accurate, but the humidity was way off. And I don't know if maybe the Honeywell was off or this one was off, but they do give you a way to configure it, or to change, how far off it is, so that it gives you a better reading. So I did that, and I left that for another half an hour to an hour, and it seemed to stay steady, and it matched the Honeywell. So I was like, okay, good, I got that done. Let me put it outside. So now I'll show you what the temperature is compared to, I guess, one of these temperature gun things. But this is what it's reading right now. I was able to label it as the greenhouse backyard, and it's showing the temperature is 46 and the relative humidity is 37. Now, I don't have anything right now that can detect the humidity. I probably should get one of those dials that allows you to do it, and I probably even have one, but I don't have one right now. So for now, I'm just going to use one of these standard, temperature guns. I'm going to point it right at this and see what we get. So I get 59 degrees there. I'll do it again. 58, 59. So that's the actual sensor. And I'll do the metal. The metal is 60, so it's about the same, 62. I'll do this stuff here, this insulation. That is also 59, 60. So I wonder where it's picking up that information from. Again, I'm trying to be as accurate as possible. It is reading about 63, so the calibration might have to be done a little bit more. But I figured, you know, I would try it and see what's there. It could be some degrees off, because there's nothing around here that's 63. Oh, some of these pockets are 63. Okay, and that makes sense because that's what this is hanging off, or maybe that's what it's picking up. It's picking up that little bubble. So I'll try it in different parts of the greenhouse, and I might even put it like either on here or in between, you know, some of these plants, just to see what are the plants feeling. But as long as it doesn't go below 40 is my preferred number, because I think all the plants that I have need to at least be above 40 degrees. But we'll see, and we'll check in tomorrow.